Right, so hello and welcome back to Books and Things, and welcome to another Small Booktube Sunday. I haven't done one of these for a couple of months, but I have a whole series of these which I will link down below where I shout out Booktubers with under or around 2,000 subscribers. I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep doing this series for because I feel like I've spoken about quite a lot of my favourite Booktubers now. So I think I'm probably going to go back to a format I trialled last year for a little bit and didn't continue, which was of having like every 3 months doing a video of like recent Booktube favourites. I think I'm going to go back to that quite soon. But for now, there are 10 Booktubers I want to talk to you about today. I'm going to go through roughly in the order that I have been watching them for, and first I want to mention Claire from Books and Questions, who's someone who I think must have started Booktube around the same time as me, and someone I've been watching for a long time on and off, though she had like a fairly big gap and has recently come back to Booktube. She reads a range, but she is especially good on kind of 16th and 17th century drama, including Shakespeare, and one of the things she does on her channel which is unique and glorious is Finger Puppet Shakespeare, where she tells the stories of Shakespeare plays condensed into sort of 5–10 minutes with finger puppets. It's glorious, it's all I require on the internet. I'm also going to link down below a video she did talking about big books versus small books and her kind of enjoyment of them, and also a video she did a few weeks ago talking about a poem by Seamus Heaney called Digging, which is a really interesting poem and one I studied at school actually. I think that'll give you a good sense of the kind of variation in her content. I'd also like to recommend Jo's Books, who's someone else I've been watching for a while and who, like Claire, took a break from Booktube and has just come back. She loves the Brontes, and I will link down below the first video of hers I ever watched, quite an old one now, called Bronte Breakdown Agnes Grey, which is a glorious video and one of the reasons why I started watching her channel. And then I'll also link down below some of her more recent videos, a recent wrap-up, and her video discussion she made about reading at university and how being at university changes the way in which you read. She has great taste in books, she's very, very eloquent, and I would definitely recommend her channel. Next, I want to mention Valerie from Valerie Reads, a booktuber I've been enjoying for a really long time. She's been a little bit less active this year, but I really love her channel and would really recommend it. She is very, very funny and sometimes quite snarky, and I really enjoy her content. I'm going to link down below a few of her videos. I'll link down below her video on all the books she's read so far in 2018 and her video about collecting Thomas Hardy buttery cover Penguin English Library classics, which is great. She's a fan of Thomas Hardy, which of course I appreciate, and also link down below one of her videos about her feelings on used books and how much she likes them. She's definitely a booktuber I would recommend, and her channel is really good fun. The next person I want to mention is Rachel from Reader in the Right. Like Valerie, she hasn't been super active in 2018, but I really enjoy her videos and would highly recommend her, and she does post from time to time at the moment. I'll link down below her most recent video, which was a talk about LGBTQ themes in YA books, which is not what she talks about. She doesn't usually talk about YA that much, but definitely a really interesting video. One of the things I really like about her channel is that she really likes plays, and she talks about quite a wide variety in form as well as in the actual genre of books she reads. So I'll also link down below her favourite books of 2017 video and a video she did at the start of 2018 talking about 8 books that you ought to read in 2018. I really enjoy her channel, like I said, and I would highly recommend it. Next, I want to mention Natalie from We Need Honey, who's someone I've been enjoying for quite a while now. It must be more than a year I've been watching her channel, and she's definitely someone I really like. She's analytical and clear and reads a really interesting mix of books. She's good on translated fiction, she's very good on non-fiction. She also reads some classics and some modern fiction and quite a range, which is one of the things I really like about her channel. I'm going to link down below her book review of We Have Always Lived in the Castle, which I really, really enjoy because it's such a great book. And I'll also link down below a recent wrap-up, and I'll also link down below a video she did for Mother's Day about mothers in literature, which I found really, really interesting. Next, I want to mention Kaylee from Books for MK. Katie likes classics a lot. I think if you enjoy my classics content and you have similar classic reading taste to me, I think you will enjoy her channel. I'm going to link down below a few of her videos on classics, including her book review of The Mystery of Edwin Drood, which I loved, her video about Anthony Trollope, and also her book review of Lorna Doone, which is a really underrated Victorian book. Like I said, she likes classics, she likes the Victorians a lot, and I think if you enjoy hearing about the Victorians, then her channel is definitely one you should check out. Next, I want to mention Claudia from the Spinster's Library. She's someone whose channel I really, really enjoy. She's analytical and clear with her thoughts and always really, really interesting to watch. I found her channel originally through something she's doing called the 1818 Novel Project, where in 2018 she's reading 6 books that were published exactly 200 years ago, which is really, really fun and really, really interesting, and I've loved hearing her thoughts about those books as she reads them. I'm also going to link down below a recent wrap-up of hers, and I'm also going to link down below a video she did a few weeks ago, or maybe months ago now, I'm not sure, about novels set in boarding schools, which I found really, really interesting because that's actually a sub-theme that I quite enjoy. And she also took part in Jane Austen July as well. She likes a mix of non-fiction and classics and contemporary fiction, and yeah, I would just highly recommend her channel. Next, I want to mention Rashmika Likes Books. I've been really loving her channel over the last few months, and I love her discussion videos and how interestingly she talks about a wide range of things, but especially classics. I really enjoy her videos about classics. I'm going to link down below her video, the one I originally found her with, which is called Why I Love Classics, and another video she made called Why I Love Shakespeare, which I just absolutely loved. I'm also going to link down below her Booktube newbie tag. She has been on Booktube a few months now, but just to get you into her channel and show you the kind of books that she likes to read. I find her channel really, really interesting and enjoyable to watch, and her opinions on books are always fascinating, so I would highly recommend her. Then also I'd like to recommend Jonathan Pinnock. He is fairly new and only has a few videos up so far, but he started on Booktube a month or two ago, and he's also a writer. I've read quite a few of his books, which I've really enjoyed. In fact, I just read Mrs. Darcy versus the Aliens for part of Jane Austen July. I'm going to link down below his channel intro just to get you into his channel, but he is a writer, he's also extremely funny, and he has good taste in books. I would definitely recommend his channel. Final booktuber I want to mention today is Alexandra from A Lovely Jaunt. She started Booktube about 6 months ago, I think, and I've been watching her for about 2 months. I found her channel when she left an interesting comment on one of my videos, and I went to see if she had a channel, as I often do, and I found not 1, not 2, but 4 videos on Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell, and I knew this was a channel which I'll be watching a lot of in the future. Her videos are really analytical, which is something I really enjoy. They're very, very interesting and in-depth. As well as linking down below those 4 amazing videos on Wives and Daughters, I'll also link down below her channel intro and her Booktube newbie tag to introduce you a bit more to what her channel is about. There we have it. Those are 10 smaller booktubers who I would really, really urge you go and watch. As I hopefully have made clear in this video, I really, really enjoy the videos of all of these 10 people, and I would highly recommend you going and checking them out. Please let me know down in the comments if you have any smaller booktubers to recommend me, and I'll be back very soon with another bookish video.